Hi, hello students. Welcome to SPR Edutech. Today, fundamental duties is in the news. We're going to see about the fundamental duty and its importance, and what are all the topic that is related to the news, and how it is important for your prelims and mains of your UPSC preparations. Okay. Fundamental duties, first of all, view the image. We can understand fundamental duties is a part of constitution, and it is been introduced by not initially part of constitution, but it has been included by Indira Gandhi government in 1976, and further it has been modified. So it is a duty of every individual, and it is assigned to the responsibility of each person. Okay, now we shall see why it is present in the news and what are all the topics that is important that we should read and understand. It is in the news that Chief Justice of India said a fundamental duty of the Constitution is not merely to serve the pandemic or technical purpose, but were incorporated for the social transformation. What did he say? He said that, see, once a fundamental duty is present, it is not just for a namesake or it is not a technical purpose, but it is for social transformation, which means in every individual. So, fundamental duties, every individual must follow. Every individual must abide it. Then only the social transformation will be created, and it is a conduct of an individual. So individual must have a good conduct regarding the fundamental duties. Okay, now we can see how this fundamental duties has been incorporated in India. First of all, if you take in clear, it was inspired from the Russia. So initially these fundamental duties are inspired from Russia erstwhile, which means previously while it was as a Soviet Union, then it was disintegrated in 1990s. Okay, 1989 and 1990s it was disintegrated. Before that it was Soviet Union, now it is Russia. From there we had taken this so-called fundamental duties as part of our constitutions. So this was not initially part of our constitution, but later on, if you see here, Part 4A of the Constitution has been included in a Part 4A as the 42nd Constitutional Amendment Act. See here, now you can understand anything can be added to the Constitution through Amendment Act. So we can make an amendment to the Constitution and add the elements. So it is based on the, so it was passed on 1976. It was based on the recommendations of the Swaran Singh Committee. You remember this word, this stands as a very important. Who is the person, that committee that has recommended Swaran's fundamental duties. So fundamental duties has been recommended by the Swaran Singh Committee as a part of the 42nd Constitutional Amendment Act in 1976. This is what very important. Actually, initially the fundamental duties were 10, but now there are 11. What is this last one? The one which is recently added is through 86th Constitutional Amendment Act on 2002. It was being added as a another. So now total we have 11 fundamental duties, and we can see here 11 fundamental duties are listed in the Article 51A of the Constitution. So remember one thing, see here, if you are considering part, so now this is Part 4A, Part 4A, Article 51A of the Constitution, which is a sole article of Part 4A, and which means in one article they had included the 11 so-called fundamental duties. Like as such, a DPSP, Directive Principles of State Policy, which means a directive. This directs the states. So this will suggest the state to do whatever the work they need to do. So the same way, DPSP and fundamental duties, it is not justiciable in nature, which means what? Non-justiciable means we cannot go to court that our DPSP has been violated. We cannot go to court that fundamental duties has been violated. This is what that has been provided through this article. Okay guys, let's see what are all the fundamental duties, or which are the things that you must learn for the basic and you must follow and abide. Yeah, first fundamental duty is, see, first of all, abide to Constitution. Nobody should go against the Constitution. Everybody must follow the Constitution. If you are in a government like India, where democratic government, this Constitution is a superiority. That is what. If it is superior, we must follow our superior. That is what it has been provided. And also you must respect the ideals and institutions like national flag, national anthem. Actually, we had seen and we had celebrated the 76th Independence Day, and it is being celebrated as 75 years of Azad Ki Amrit Mahotsav. So we are grandly celebrated. There we must show respect to the national anthem. We also must show the respect to the national flag and all the ideals and institutions that has been cherished because of, during the freedom struggle. And next, see here, we must cherish and follow the noble ideals, whatever the ideals that has inspired the national struggles for the freedom. So there are many ideals that has inspired us for the so-called freedom struggle. So now we must cherish it, we must appreciate it, we must follow it, and we should not do any negativized manner. So here, and we must uphold and protect, we must protect our sovereignty, unity and integrity of India, which are all the basic concept and which are making India as a strong body. So such things you must, like sovereignty, unity and integrity, so this must be upheld and protected. So India is independent and it is not under any other country. That sovereignty must be respected and also upheld and protected. This is a responsibility of the every individual to defend the country and render the national service when called upon to do so. See here, whenever the country needs you, you must be ready to defend the country. So this is what, so you are part of the country, so you must serve the country when the country needs you. You must be ready to fight for our country, you must be ready to upstand or uphold for our country. Okay, next, promote harmony and spirit of a common brotherhood among all. See here, all the people are there, different religion, different linguistic, different region and different diversities and very different things have been present in India, but still we must stand together as a common brotherhood. This must be felt in everybody's mind and heart and as a soul. And next, you must also renounce the practices that is derogatory to the dignity of woman, which means you are individual, everyone is responsible to protect the dignity of woman. Some practices, if it is against or derogatory or something negativizing the dignity of woman, you must completely avoid that, you must renounce it. And next, here, value and preserve rich heritage. We have a rich history heritage that is present in our India, so we must preserve them and we must value them, then only our future will be great. And next, we must protect and improve our natural environment, whatever the presence in forest, lakes, rivers and wildlife, all the natural environment must be protected and must be improved for the sustainable development and everything, we know that. And next, see here, we must develop the scientific temper and humanism and the spirit of inquiry and reform. All over, everybody must think of scientifically. So scientific temper means what? You should not blindly believe the so-called olden days sati is there. So there are many social evils and many other things. So you must not go to that type of attitude. We must have a scientific temper, we must have a rational thought, we must have a humanism in our so-called human lifestyle, which means every individual is developing a good conduct through these fundamental duties. And see here, you must be to safeguard the public property, you must be safeguarding the public property and abjure the violence, which means you should not opt the violence. See, public property means what? It's a government property. Government property means government means it is us, we are the one who is government. So it is our everyone's responsibility to protect the public property of our government. And next, see here, we must every individual, see one thing, if every individual grows, compulsorily the government all over the India will face a greater excellent growth. So you must try to excel in yourself in all spheres. So it is a responsibility of every individual to become great, work hard and be successful, then automatically the whole nation will grow, the whole nation will be successful. That is what provided here. And also you must constantly rise to the higher levels and endure and achievements, provide some achievements in your own fields. And next, last but not least, 11th fundamental, see here, 11th fundamental duty, which has been added as a part of the 86th Constitutional Amendment Act on 2002, which is it is none other than opportunities for education to the child between, see here, from 6 to 14 years. It must be everyone's responsibility that you must provide an opportunity for child for the age and in this age group to get educated. So education is a basic concept and it is also a fundamental right. Now it is also a fundamental duties. And next, you can see here what is significance of the fundamental duties, why it is fundamental duties important. This is what if you will get through the mains. So if you are writing for the mains, this is a type of question that they will be asking, so you must be aware of this concept. See here, it is a democratic conduct, so everybody's character or goodness or well thought will be built through these fundamental duties. And also here, this is fundamental duties are mainly to the citizens. So every citizens, it reminds, oh guys, this is your duty, you must be responsible and you must also work hard for this nation. As we know that fundamental rights are to protect the so called an individual, this is to remind them it is your duty to behave a democratically good conduct, and also democratic behavior of a person will be provided over here. And also it is against any anti-social activity. So if you are acting against the society, it is wrong. You should not act against the society. This is what taught through the so called whatever we are seeing in the fundamental duties. And also it is a warning to the people, those who are acting against the society, anti-social activities are to be avoided. So like see here, burning of the Indian flag, destroying public property, and disturbing the peace, these are all what we call it as so called anti-social elements, anti-social activities. If you are doing that, it is not to be done. That is a great warning provided through the fundamental duties. And here it is providing for every person a good discipline and commitment to work for the nations, and it is also promoting a discipline towards the nation. And next here you can see it realizes the national goals. So everybody should have a greater attitude and good participation towards the nation. That is what taught through this. And here you can see constitutionality of the law. It is helping to understand the constitutional of the law. Here it helps the courts to determine the constitutionality of the law. And also here you can see here any law that is giving force to the fundamental duty is a reasonable one. And next we can see Supreme Court stands. Okay, Supreme Court stands on fundamental duties. What is the different types of cases that has been run through the Supreme Court on fundamental duties, and what are all its importance? We can look at it in a brief. See here, in 2003, Ranganathan Mishra judgment, it held that not only enforced by legal sanction but also social sanction. See this. So if you are social sanction, see, fundamental duties not only provide any legal sanction, it also provides a social sanction. How, sir? See here, social sanction means if you are burning an Indian flag, so automatically we know that court, a law will act against you and they will arrest you. Before that, the society, the people surround you, will see you as an anti-national element, will discriminate you. Automatically social sanctions, the society will see you as a outcasted. So that is what social sanction means. The society will itself avoid you. So if you are not abiding to the fundamental duties, obviously not only legal sanction happens, that also social sanctions will be happening. That is what. And next, AIM Students Union versus AIMS 2001, which was held at Supreme Court. Fundamental duties are equal important that fundamental rights. We know that the fundamental word itself indicates that it is very fundamental. So this is what provided through this. Okay, and also it is not like any fundamental duties that can be enforced by the law, but it has been overlooked as a duties of the Part 4A. It's included in the Part 4A. But we know that fundamental rights are part of Part 3. So both are important, so that only our constitutional forefathers and everyone has said that it is fundamental. Fundamental means what? It is a basic and very important part of our constitution and our democratic India. And way forward, we shall see a way forward what are all the importance and everything that is related to the fundamental duties. So it is not a pedantic, which means it is not just a namesake. It's a very very important for our social transformation. Then only people, when they follow the fundamental duties, they evolve as a superhuman. So, and also they evolve with a greater respect and responsibility towards a nation, and also it contributes to the meaningfully to the society. Citizen must first understand the constitution and its organs. See here, you must abide the constitution, you must know the constitution. This itself indicates that it shows that everybody need to understand the constitution and also understand the organs of the constitution. And also it is very important to spread the constitutional culture of the India. So it is showing every person we must follow the constitution. That is what here. And also it is there is a need for every citizen to be a meaningful stakeholder in a Indian democracy, and also it imbibes the constitutional philosophy and the true spirit in it. And also here it helps the citizens to be responsible. This is what part of the so called fundamental duties. Okay guys, I had launched an app named SPR Edutech. So there is an app called SPR Edutech. In future, this is I'm making more videos. Presently I'm working for Telugu Andhra students, and now in future I'll work for more updates, and future I'll be launching many courses related to UPSC and many other purposes. So still now I'm as an individual working on for the courses. So if you like the video, kindly give a like button, and also kindly download the so-called app. So next, in future, if I upload or update any courses in English, I will be forwarding you. Okay guys, thank you, thanks for the day. This is me, SP on, signing off. Have a nice day.